This dropshipping store is doing over $1 million a year in sales, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what they're doing, what their strategy is, where they're selling their products, and even where they're getting their products from. So let's not waste any time, let's get right into it. So this is a store right here, and believe it or not, this $1 million dropshipping store is on eBay of all places. And that's actually part of their strategy right here that actually allows them to do $1 million in sales a year. You see, most people who do dropshipping will do it on platforms like Shopify. Now that works, but it does require you to build your own website and to actually pay for marketing to get people to visit your website. If you sell on a marketplace like eBay or Amazon or Facebook Marketplace, even places like Etsy, there's already people there shopping. The traffic's already there. You just have to show up and put the right products in front of those customers. So for beginners, I would say it's a lot easier to get started on a marketplace than it is to build your own website like you do with Shopify. Plus the volume can really ramp up much faster for really the same reasons. The other cool thing about selling on a marketplace is the type of items that you're able to sell. So looking at all these items, I'm sure you see that there's just a huge variety of different options here. We have this like crystal clear glass epoxy. We have this car sound deadening mat. We have this container for milk. We have perfume. We have hair extensions. We have tools. We have gardening stuff. Such a huge variety of items. And that's possible on a marketplace. And it's not as possible when you're building your own website where you really have to niche down, like maybe just sell things like surfboards, for instance, or surfing material items, or maybe just one single product. That's usually pretty popular with Shopify dropshipping. But on a marketplace, it doesn't matter because customers here, let's say they want to buy this epoxy. They'll just search for it on eBay and they'll see a bunch of results that come up. They see that this one is the right one they want at the right price, and they'll just buy it. They're not going to click through to this seller's store like where I am right now and see, you know what, this seller, they also sell perfume, so obviously they don't know enough about epoxy and they're not serious enough about epoxy for me to actually purchase from them. That's not the way it works on marketplaces. So this strategy really allows you to have huge diversification, just sell a huge variety of items, which really spreads out your risk. Because if this epoxy doesn't sell, well, who cares? Because you have all these other items that will sell or could sell. So it really spreads out your risk quite a bit with this dropshipping model. All right, let's now actually get into the analytics of this store and see how well it's doing on a month-to-month basis and look at its sales volume. And to help us with that, I'm going to use a tool that I use anytime I do product research or I'm looking at another seller's store. This software is called Zeek Analytics. It has a whole bunch of different ways that you can use it to help you do product research. But right now I'm using the competitor research tool. So all I've done is I've put in the seller's name up here and now it's scanned the seller's store and gives me all this information about them. So I can see right here they have over 14,000 listings, which admittedly is a huge number. That is a lot of listings. And we're going to talk in a moment about why that's part of their strategy for this store and why you might not want to go that same route. We could also see over the past month, 1,200 of their listings have sold. They've done over $64,000 in sales over the past 30 days as well. Now, in the beginning of this video, I said this seller is doing over $1 million or about $1 million a year in sales. And that's because right now I'm recording this around the end of June. So this is traditionally a very slow time of the year for eBay sales. So this person is doing $64,000 a month in June. They're probably doing about double of that in October, November, and December. So they are close to about $1 million in sales per year. We can also see that the average price of their item is about $45, and they have over 22,000 feedback. Now, actually coming to the feedback on their store, we see that they are at 98.9% positive feedback, over 70,000 items sold. This is really important because a lot of sellers, they get really upset when they get their first negative feedback. They think it's going to destroy their business, their drop shipping sales, or however else you're selling on eBay. But feedback, while it is important, it does not have to be 100%. In fact, if it's 100%, that sometimes looks a little bit suspicious. But this is proof of that right here. They're at 98.9%. They're doing totally fine selling on eBay. I'll say that as long as you keep it over 95%, you're in really good shape, and you should definitely keep it over 90% and you're going to be fine. So Zeek Analytics also will look at all the items that the person is selling. We can see all of them right here. And it ranks them by how many times those items have sold in the past month. So this item at the top is the most popular. It sold 18 times in the past month. This one is sold 12 times. This one is sold 11 times. So these items are selling over and over and over and over again. And that's part of the strategy as well, because this seller, without a doubt, is using software that can automate all of their drop shipping for them. So it will list items, it will reprice them if the price changes on their supplier's website, and it will automatically order the item from their supplier as well. That way they can really do a volume game here. Remember, we saw that they have over 14,000 listings. That's how they're able to manage it, with software that just automates the entire thing for them. The other important part of their strategy is that they are drop shipping all their products from Amazon, which I'll show you in 1 second. But real quick, if you want to use this software, Zeek Analytics, or the other one that I mentioned that helps you automate your store, I do have a free PDF ebook that you can download at the first link down below. And that in it has all of my favorite dropshipping tools and software, all the ones I recommend. And if you use the links in this guide, you will get the best deal possible on them. Like this one right here, you can get a free trial by using the link in this PDF. So do make sure you download it at the first link down below. All right, so let's actually look at one of these listings. This is one of them right here. It's these car sound deadening mats. Right now, this item is out of stock, but that's okay. We can still analyze it. We can see that this item is sold over 200 times, which is again what I talked about before. You list this item up for sale once, it's going to sell over and over and over and over again on autopilot with that software. The very interesting thing about this listing, and actually all the listings in this seller store right now, is that they have a really high handling time. They have 10 business days before the item ships out. My guess is that this seller right now is on vacation. So instead of putting their store on vacation mode, all they've done is increase their handling time to give themselves enough time to actually order the item once they get home from vacation. So that actually creates an opportunity for us because we can now sell these products, have shorter handling times, and we will make more sales because of that, because eBay prefers sellers with faster shipping and handling times. The other thing I want to note here is the title. And the reason I want to note this is because this item, they are drop shipping it directly from Amazon. You can see the exact same product right here for less money. And this seller is using the exact same title from Amazon, which means that they are doing absolutely no optimization here. They're just plugging this into the software and the item is automatically being listed onto eBay with the same title, the same photos, and the description is the same as well. No optimization in here. And again, that creates another opportunity for us because if we actually spend a few moments optimizing this, then we don't have to have 14,000 listings like this person. We can just have optimized listings that are more likely to sell because we have better titles, maybe even better photos and better description. But for sure, this seller, part of their strategy is the fact that they are only drop shipping from Amazon onto eBay. And the software that I mentioned, it works really well when you're drop shipping Amazon to eBay. There's a ton of automation like the auto ordering. So that's definitely part of their strategy here as well to really make sure that this thing can run on autopilot. Now, looking at the price of the product, they're selling it here. It says $69.16. That changes as the price on Amazon changes, which is about $50 right now. All their items that I looked at are at least $25 or more. And that's important because if they keep their items over $25, and we saw here on Zeek that their average sale price is $45, then they're able to get free shipping on Amazon without having a Prime account. And that's important because you can't use Amazon Prime to drop ship. If you set up a Prime account and start drop shipping from it onto eBay, Amazon will shut that Prime account down. But we have had luck just using a regular Amazon account with no Prime benefits attached to it. That way we can just keep placing the orders, and you can even set up those accounts so that you're tax exempt, meaning you're not paying any sales tax to Amazon. So calculating all that and pulling it into this eBay fee calculator, I put in the sold price, how much it was purchased for on Amazon. Again, no sales tax for this. And this seller has about a 15% profit margin, total profit here, $10.32 multiplied by over 230 times. So you can do the math on that. This really adds up. Again, for something that you just list once, and then it's automatically selling over and over again. The next item I looked at was this one, very similar. I don't really have too many notes on this one as well, but I found the item here on Amazon, again, for less money, still get free shipping on this, and plugging it into the calculator, the profit margin here is about 18 to 19%, and again, it's about a $10 profit. So you can see how that really adds up for these products. So I want to remind you that the first link down below is where you can get my free Top Drop Shipping Tools ebook that really goes in depth into all the software I use, as well as the links in there for the free trials. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about how to do product research for eBay dropshipping, make sure to check out this video right here, and I'll see you over there in just 1 second.